Man, listen. I know what the fuck going on. I'm back with another reaction, man. Dropping back to back on y'all, man. Big guru, y'all know what the fuck going on, though. Y'all see the title of today's video, man. Man shot in the head and crossed 2 fucking miles, man. You gotta be a strong motherfucker to get shot in the head and crawl 2 miles, not walk, not run. Crawl for 2 miles, Slim. That's crazy. That's OP. You hear me? Robe on, got my alias Washington Bullets throwback shit on. You know what I'm saying? Big DMV shit. Y'all know what the fuck going on though, man. Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, and leave a comment, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping there, man. Y'all know what the fuck going on, man. Without further ado, let's get this shit started. Shout out to Explore With Us. Y'all know a lot of streamers react to this shit. Cassinet and a lot of other streamers react to Explore With Us. Shout out to Explore With Us YouTube channel, man. Make sure y'all go tap in with them, man. We're gonna do reaction to one of his videos today, man. Man shot in the head and crossed 2 miles. Like, what the fuck? We gotta react to this, Slim.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
Yeah, I have my friend here. He got shot.
Where is he bleeding from?
His head, his face. Looks like he got shot in the back of the head and in the face.
That's a typical Tuesday night. I knew this night was cursed. Did they tell you where he got shot through?
Yeah.
Right nostril came out back here. Walked 2 miles. Like,
Nigga got shot in his right nostril and the shit came out through his head, Slim. What the fuck?
The was lying. I don't know why. I would charge him now with this.
When a 911 call reports an alleged shooting in Holly Hill, Florida, police officers are not prepared for the bizarre case that awaits them. In a desperate attempt to seek help, the victim reportedly walked over a mile to his friend's place after being shot in the head.
Crazy.
While this astonishing feat leaves the Holly Hill Police Department facing myriad questions and confusion, they must also race against time to catch the suspect before he can escape. The suspect in question and all persons charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until...
Man, that shit bullshit. You get charged with a crime, you guilty until proven innocent. It ain't innocent until proven guilty. Trust me, I know. This shit, that shit, they lying, hey, they lying like a motherfucker. It's guilty until proven innocent. It's not innocent until proven guilty. You hear me? Remember that.
Proven guilty in a court of law. On a chilly night on January 17, 2024, officers are dispatched to a house at Harder Drive after receiving a 911 call from a panicked man about his friend being shot.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
Yeah, I have my friend here. He got shot. Yeah, he just woke me up. I was sound asleep, and he just knocked on my door, and yeah, someone shot him. Yeah.
Where's the person at?
I don't know. He just came knocking on my door, man. Can you get an ambulance here?
Yeah, I'm going. Where's he bleeding from?
His head, his face. It looks like he got shot in the back of the head and in the face.
Are you able to get a clean, dry cloth and apply pressure to the areas he's bleeding from?
Yeah, and he's kind of bleeding all over. So, and whoa.
You can't give him something or help him hold something on the bleeding to try to get under control?
Yeah. Just get an ambulance here, please.
Yeah, they're coming. They're on the way. These questions are slowing them down, okay?
Okay. Oh my God. He's got his shirt over his face and everything.
Okay.
As the friend continues to share more horrifying details, he reveals something that even leaves the dispatch operator baffled on the other line.
But he knows the guy that shot him, so.
Huh?
He knows the guy that shot him.
Okay.
That's what he said.
9 times out of 10, it be your friends, your peoples. He probably got backdoored.
So I don't know the guy's name. When the cops come, they can give him the.
Can you ask
him? Ambulance. What's the guy's name? Chris Hastings.
Okay.
He gave him first and last name. Fuck you talking about? I know exactly who it was, Nick.
By getting the shooter's name, the police already have a key to the case, something that they usually have to scramble to obtain. However, their immediate priority is to rescue the victim before time runs out.
New dispatch message. Call type. Person shot. Harder Drive.
As the officers rush to the location, expecting the worst, they are met with the most unbelievable sight.
You want to come out here? Yeah. Is anybody else here?
My old lady.
Your old lady? Okay.
Uh-oh.
You got a phone?
The guy shot me.
Where at?
I don't know, my shoulder, my head, my face.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and have a seat for me? Can we pull a chair out?
He got shot in the back of the head and on the side of the face.
Can you pull a chair out for
I
me?
walked all the way from Clovis.
Do you know who it was?
Chris Hastings.
How do you know Chris?
Have a seat.
The fact that he's able to talk and all this shit and he can get shot in the head is crazy.
Miraculously, the 44-year-old victim has not only managed to somehow survive the savage attack, but he's conscious enough to share more astounding details from the incident despite his indescribable pain.
We're still trying to figure it out. Give us a minute. So this happened just now?
Yeah.
How did you get down here?
I walked.
You walked from Florida?
According to the victim's account, the shooter is 33-year-old Christopher Hastings, a resident of Ormond Beach. Police records further state that Hastings has a history of being arrested for domestic battery and the possession of substances in the past. As the night unfolds, police will soon uncover the truth behind Hastings allegedly shooting someone. But just as the officers are listening to the horrific account of the victim, one of them makes a stark observation that completely changes the trajectory of the case.
I don't think it's a...
It's not.
No, you weren't shot, but
No.
I don't think, I mean, anything's possible.
Nigga, y'all don't think this nigga know if he was shot or not? What the fuck is y'all talking about? You think this nigga gonna lie? Oh, he shot me in the head. What you think the nigga capping? Man, come on, y'all on some other shit
It's
now.
not good. It was like a big. Oh my god!
Looks like something in here because it's kind of stark like that. Yeah, we'll have to let them do it.
As the night progresses, officers will find out that they have been wrong in their observations.
Where does Chris Hastings live at?
I don't know. He stays with a guy named Alex Fulmich. Yeah.
So were you at his house, or where did this happen? I mean, were you in the yard, or did it happen while you were walking down the street?
Yeah,
Just walking in.
bike.
Is that what you said?
What?
Chris Hastings, yes. That's our
My
suspect.
bike.
Yeah, they're trying to confirm it. 21 Central, that's confirming. That's what he's saying. It was fine.
Was he driving a car or anything?
No, it was on the street.
Was he on a bike? Was he walking?
No, it was on the street. Just standing on the street.
Okay. You sure it was Flomish and not Cali Grande?
No, it was Fulmich.
Okay.
On foot?
They don't believe that he walked that far. That's why they try like, you sure it was Flomich? Flomich a minute away. They like, you sure it wasn't this street? Type shit. So they like, but how the fuck this nigga walked 2 miles and this nigga fucked up like this? You with me? That shit crazy.
Yeah, you want to go up there and... He says, I'm Flomish.
As the victim continues to share more information, the police finally find out the motive behind the alleged shooting.
How do you know it was Flomish and almost Riverside?
I left the bar.
You left the
I
bar?
was at Rousey's.
So you was at Rousey's, and
I was
then
at
you were...
Rousey's. I left the bar. Oh my god. My girlfriend's car was there, and I yelled. I was like, what the f? You know, 'cause my girlfriend was there.
Officers would eventually find out that the victim and Hastings got into an...
Okay. So he just left the bar. He riding past Chris' house and he see his girl's car parked at Chris' house. It's like, hold up. What my youngin' whip doing here? What the fuck is my youngin' doing here? Time out. Pause. I was finna knock on the door. He probably went and knocked on the door. It say him and Chris got into it. Chris wasn't having none of that shit. In Florida, you can stand your own ground. If you feel threatened, you can pop a nigga. So he gonna say he felt threatened. He was on my property. I popped him. GG's in the chat. You hear me? Nigga, seen this girl's car. I'm going to pull up. What the fuck my girl doing over here? Chris come outside. You bitch ass nigga, she over here fucking with me. Fuck you talking about, nigga. Don't worry about what your youngin' doing over here, nigga. This my bitch now, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And the nigga kept talking and Chris just fired his ass. Wow, you with me? I'm telling you.
argument at a friend's place by Riverside that eventually led to Hastings allegedly shooting him, a detail that they're still struggling to confirm when medics arrive.
Yeah, he's saying that. I don't know.
21's going to be out there to try to find our victim's bike if we can have a deputy help him out. According to the victim, Chris is on foot, no vehicle involved. Do you have any clothing description of Chris? Just dark clothing. Does that look like a shot?
84 on the full 99 room area. You got that? 84 on the full.
Is it exit room, you think?
125.
Despite collecting substantial information on the case, the question of the victim's cause of injury continues to dominate all conversations. As the officer goes on to record an official statement from the friend, one of the other officers manages to locate Chris Hastings in their system's records and shares accurate details about his description.
14,
a heavyset white man with a goatee, dark hair, kind of balding.
On the other hand, the officer who had left to look for the victim's bike has some news to share.
21 Central. I'm out with the bike at 108 Flumich. If I get another car to block off the western side of Flumich a little bit.
The little bike he was riding.
10 on 2. I'm just going to block off like 30 feet from each side of the bike and put up tape for now.
As both the officers begin to scour the area, they know that only solid evidence can prove the victim's bizarre story. It's incredible that despite having a gunshot wound to the head, the victim was able to give an accurate location of his bike.
So there's a shoe, there's his hat, all the blood's right there.
Was he shot in the head?
Yeah, like right here. And then a leg.
So he just said this guy he knows just walked up and shot him?
Yeah.
Are you serious? He said he was a couple units in front of him?
Yeah, it's 37 on him. I'm trying to find a casing.
As the officers struggle to locate the ever-evasive casing, one of their leads receives an update that changes the course of the case yet again.
10-4 Central, WC2.
I copy, I'm aware. Thank you.
The police had managed to locate Christopher Hastings within 8 minutes of the initial report.
Hands up your face! Do it now! If you do anything other than we tell you what to do, you will be shot. Do you understand?
Get out.
Cool.
Got it. Get out.
Looked to me like Chris was trying to get up out of Dodge. He knowing he just shot a nigga in the head. He probably like, man, this nigga probably dead. Man, I need to get the fuck up out of here. You with me?
Man, that's what it is.
Nigga, you
Hastings is found
nigga, you know what the fuck you did? Fuck you mean? Man, that's what I did. The fuck?
only 2.2 miles away from the crime scene after driving past a license plate reader. However, he claimed to have an alibi and was heard saying, quote, "I just got back from Orlando not too long ago, maybe half an hour ago." The need to locate solid evidence against Hastings grows twofold, and the lead officer immediately coordinates with the team near the victim's bike.
Are you there with the bike? That's supposed to be the scene if we can hold that down.
I am. Yeah, we got both sides blocked off. I've been looking for a casing. I haven't seen nothing.
As the officers on the crime scene continue to clamor for any leads, a man approaches them, and what he has to share sends a chill down their spine.
Stay over there, please. What's up?
You're good. You're not in any kind of danger or anything like that.
I was actually considering calling you guys about maybe, 45 minutes ago. I live right here.
Did you hear something?
I heard voices.
Was it like a yelling?
Like a yelling, and then, believe it or not, I heard what could have been a shot.
Okay.
And something hit my house.
It hit your house?
Yes, but I mean it's dark, so I'm not hearing
Just how many shots do you think you heard? Just one. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Given the gravity of what the witness had just told them, the officer immediately informs others on the team about it.
Plumage is advising that they heard a gunshot and something hit their house about 45 minutes ago.
But despite the witness's account, one of the officers is still feeling perplexed about the incident.
It's cold. So that pretty much confirms that he was shot. It didn't really look like it because it's like right here.
Yeah.
You know how like the paper tears?
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. So it could have been like somebody whacked him with something. I mean, yeah. It's all here. Yeah.
It might have been a little 22 or something. You know what I'm saying?
That's a typical Tuesday night. I knew this night was cursed. I had 3 reports in the first 2 hours. Ugh.
What this officer doesn't know yet is that one piece of evidence at the location of the arrest is about to lift this curse.
Hey, about the time state.
Looking like it.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I saw the knife. I saw the knife handle.
And it had to be a small caliber because it went through and looked like it came out of his face. So it went in here and out here, right his nose. But he's talking. He's drunk.
That's the important parts.
Yeah, apparently. So I figured it had to be a small caliber. All right, cool. Yeah, it's almost like police work happening.
Having found the firearm used for the alleged shooting, the lead speaks with the officers at the crime scene immediately.
It's small caliber revolver. We're not touching it though. Yeah, you're not gonna find one with a revolver. Any blood would be interesting though. He said it was right next to where his bike was. Maybe a car.
He got a revolver, so they're not going. That's why they couldn't find the shell casing. The shell casing still in the gun. It's a revolver. The shell casing don't spit out a revolver.
Across the street from the bike.
The lead officer receives an update that crushes all of their doubts about the victim's injuries.
Okay. There's a detective en route to you. So if you figure out what room you're in, if you let me know.
At the other location, just as the officers begin to secure the area, they're met with an unforeseen complication that threatens to contaminate the entire crime scene.
Trapped.
Oh, sprinkler.
Is that one hitting? No. It's not hitting it. No. I know. There's no hose turn-offs. There's no hose turn-offs. I'm just worried that this side's going to turn on next.
Anything on the side of the house for the sprinkler?
No, I checked all the hose spigots. I just don't want to damage the... Yeah.
As the officer continues to process the crime scene into evidence, more backup officers arrive to lend their assistance. With the pictures punched in for evidence, officers begin to seal all articles from the crime scene to be brought to the station for additional processing. At the location of the detainment, officers are now planning a strategy to break Hastings into a confession, but they don't know yet that Hastings is going to share new stories with them once he steps inside the interrogation room.
He just looked like a wild nigga. Chris looked like he about to tell a hell of a story, don't he? I'm telling you. But them sprinklers about to fuck up the whole crime scene. They about to wash away any evidence. That shit crazy.
Him. I'm gonna stay with the car. I got 3 detectives coming. Apparently it was in the nose and out the back.
Oh, so it's entry through the nose.
Entry through. I thought it was the opposite.
So that's definitely execution.
Oh yeah, he shoots it like that, yeah.
Police find more than weapons in the suspect's car. According to the police report, they also find items they refer to as paraphernalia and, allegedly, a small baggie filled with a suspicious crystal-like substance.
He looked like a meth head.
As valuable as these findings may be, they don't necessarily prove that Chris Hastings is guilty. And if police take what the suspect is telling them at face value, they've detained an innocent man.
Can you tell me what I did?
He's
he's
fully searched. This is his stuff. I'm done going through it.
We'll figure it out. I'll talk to my sarge.
Yeah, because I'm sitting here like, I'm cooperating, obviously. I'm not dumb enough to resist you guys. I just want to know what I'm being arrested for.
No problem. Anybody read you your Miranda yet?
No, nothing.
Yeah, we'll do that. You're not arrested. You're just being detained.
As the suspect is driven to the police station, however, he determines that there isn't much difference between the two, and he makes it clear that he's not getting the treatment he deserves.
I don't know what's going on. Like, why am I being transported if I'm only being detained?
No, to the PD.
Yeah, I know, but why am I being transported anywhere if I'm only being detained? Stay right here with my vehicle. So you guys are giving me questions, I got no problem answering questions. Because right now it sounds like I'm being detained, it's like I'm being arrested.
What was that, sir?
Captain, Sergeant.
Yeah, you saw him earlier. He's gonna come out here.
Well, you should have been talking to me before a cuff got put on me. If I'm being detained, I'm sitting here like I'm arrested. No rights read, no seatbelt put on for the drive.
Yes, sir. Apologize for that.
The suspect does a convincing impression of a man who's done nothing wrong, but Chris's story of what happened between him and the victim, Ernest, will shift before the night is through. After Chris has read his rights,
He know his shit, though. He know he being arrested because he like, if I'm just being detained, why I'm in the back of the car and why are we going to the station? You hear me? Detain me, we're going to stay right here. Y'all going to do what y'all got to do. One, y'all don't got to put me in cuffs if I'm being detained. 2, y'all definitely not going to put me in the back of the police car. 3, we definitely not leaving the scene. The fuck, we leaving the scene, that mean I'm under arrest. Slim, fuck is you talking about? Chris knows he done been in the system before. You could tell for shit sure. You hear me?
at the station, he shares being still unaware on the reason for his arrest.
Who shot him in the face?
He got shot? Holy f***, when?
No fucking shit, Sherlock. You did it, you dumb bitch.
Tonight.
Well, I got that part. When?
Wasn't too long after about 1:30, 2 o'clock.
Where?
Well, that's what I'm going to ask you, Chris, because this is where we're going to need to start getting really honest with each other, okay? Because you're here for a reason. It's not like we picked you at random, okay?
Yeah?
I mean, I'm trying to be straight with you. I'm not trying to surprise you with anything. I'm just trying to get down to what happened and possibly hear your side of the story.
So all I know is that me and him don't really talk all that much because he thinks I'm
He thinks you're with...
Yeah.
Okay. You said they've been dating for what, on and off 3 years?
Yeah.
I told you, Chris fucking his bitch. He seen his bitch car where Chris stay at. He pulled up. Chris, what the fuck? What my bitch doing here? Chris, nigga, this my bitch. You know I been smacking this y'all, nigga. He tried whoop wop. Chris hit his ass. Wow, man, get your bitch ass on. You hear me? But see, Chris fucked up. He was at home. He should have played the self-defense. You in Florida. You should have said you fear for your life. You would have got away with it. Self-defense. You dumb as shit, Chris.
Okay.
Like I said, I've only talked to the guy 2-3 times. Other than that, he's been yelling threats at the house and whatnot, that I'm a dead man and everything else.
Over at your house?
Yeah. Or over at Alex's house when I happen to be there.
Who's Alex?
A buddy of mine.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
We go over there and play video games.
Gotcha. Where does Alex live?
Flumich?
Although Chris tries mightily to make it sound like this incident happened at some distant moment in the past, the detective has more recent altercations on his mind.
What happened tonight at Alex's house?
Don't know, I haven't been there.
Are you sure?
I haven't been to town. I got back from Orlando and started doing Ubers again and whatnot, and all of a sudden I'm stopped.
Alright.
He got shot in the face?
Chris, that gun you got in the car matches exactly to what shot this dude. That's why I'm asking you about it. It might be an old piece of crap.
Yeah, I don't fire that gun. I don't fire any guns.
But that's the gun.
Oh, you dumb. Gunshot residue test. You gonna have residue on your hands, and they can see if that gun was recently fired, you dumbass.
And that got him. Then it happened probably at Alex's house, because right there on Flomich.
Yeah, I don't know how, because that gun...
There's cameras all over that neighborhood, dude.
Okay.
A witness saw it. Ernest has already told us what's going on. Because it didn't kill him, and it didn't f him up that bad. Apparently the bullet just kind of went around and out the skin.
That's cool as hell.
Happens a lot, actually, especially with those smaller calibers. So what happened, dude?
Then she just kept threatening me.
So, yeah, I mean, I need to know specifics here. I mean, if he did something, I need to know, partner.
He was riding his bicycle.
He already told on himself. He kept threatening me. I thought you just got into town. I thought you just got back from Orlando. I thought you ain't been to Alex's house today. Okay.
But outside and whatnot, constantly yelling profanities and everything else. Then I go outside and I try to, like, go away. Like, you're not allowed here.
For sure.
And he takes off, and he comes back like 20 minutes later.
What time did he first show up there?
I don't know. They literally just showed up to grab a quick bite to eat, and I was about to head back out the door again.
Gotcha. So you went for a walk?
Yeah, and all of a sudden he comes up behind me again and starts screaming, and I stop and I turn around, and he's charging straight at me. I jump off to the side. Cool, whatever. He turns around, he comes back and starts doing it again. And I was like, don't make me. And he goes around the block. I think, cool, he's finally gone. And all of a sudden I hear pedaling behind me. I turn around and there he is, right about to hit me. And that's pop.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, what happened after?
I panicked. I went back to the house.
He already fucked himself because he was lying before this. Now he telling the truth. You already tried to play it, act like you ain't know what the fuck was going on, act like you was never there, all that shit. Bro, you already lied, bro. You already look guilty because you already told the story. If you would have just kept it a bean from the jump, you in Florida, you might have been able to beat it. But since your dumb ass wanna play dumb, wanna act like you don't know what the fuck going on, your dumb ass done fucked yourself. You dumb as shit, Chris.
House, and I said, I accidentally shot him.
You said that to who, Alex? Or... Okay.
Police speak to the young woman the next day, and she confirms that this conversation took place, though she doesn't mention hearing the word accidentally. As oblivious as Chris claims to be about how things escalated that night, police find evidence on his phone that tells a different story. In a message to his friend roughly 4 months earlier, Chris says he's dating the beautiful girl at the center of this romantic dispute, but says that her ex is causing headaches. Chris goes on to say, quote, "It'll be handled soon enough." Chris remains insistent that he's only now learning the shocking news that he shot Ernest. But that doesn't quite jibe with what other witnesses heard. The young woman tells police that she could hear Ernest screaming after the gunshot, and of course, the neighbor had a similar story.
Did you hear what they were yelling about?
It wasn't really words, it was more like just screaming.
The facts of that night are beginning to line up, but there's one last subject to address, the matter of intent.
Were you trying to kill him?
No. Like, I didn't even want to hit him. I just wanted to scare him. I didn't even really know it was loaded until after it popped off. And that's when I panicked, and I went back inside, and I got my keys and got in my car and just drove.
So when you pulled the trigger, you're just expecting to hear like a click to scare him?
Yeah. I wasn't even planning on pulling the trigger. I was just hoping like the sight of it would be enough to deter him, like, go away. And when he startled me from behind, I just turned and. But he's gonna be all right?
But I don't know. I mean, I'm not a doctor, and I didn't actually go to the hospital to really see him. I just, seen pictures of him and stuff.
I don't know how to handle having. If he dies, I don't know how to handle having a death on my conscience.
Until the end, Chris sticks with his story that he never meant to hurt Ernest, much less kill him. However, this claim won't be enough to prevent Detective Barrett from officially putting him under arrest.
All right, Chris. So, like I said, you're going to be charged, okay? Given the circumstances and everything thus far, and just what the evidence is showing, at this time, it's going to be an attempted murder charge, okay? That doesn't mean that's what's going to fly down the road, but that's what's going to be booked into the jail, okay? Do you understand that?
Not even close to what was happening.
All right. All right, man.
Hastings has been squared away for the time being, but the investigation continues. An officer tries to speak with the victim at the hospital, but the overwhelming pain prevents Ernest from giving her a thorough interview.
Hey, I'm Alton McCourt with the Holly Hill Police
His adrenaline and stopped flowing. Now that he's just like he really starting to feel that shit now.
Department. Can you run me through what happened? I know you're in a lot of pain. We've got him in custody, okay?
Oh, God, my girlfriend's car there, but ignored me. And yelled, and then he came out, and then I went around a block, but I came back here, he was up the street, and he stopped me when I drove.
My girlfriend's partner is crazy.
Why? When you rode by him?
Yeah.
Sorry, kind of hard. So your girlfriend's car was at a friend's house?
Yeah, where he's been staying.
Where that guy's been staying.
Yeah.
So you thought that they were hooking up or what? Did you say anything to her or him?
Meanwhile, the search for physical evidence continues. Chris tells police that he disposed of the spent casing in a nearby parking lot. Unfortunately, even with the help of surveillance footage, the cops can't locate it. They try again in the garbage cans on Flomich, a dirty job that leads to frustration.
That looks like a cigarette butt, right? Whatever that is, or whatever, I don't know. That cylindrical or anything?
Yeah. I don't see it, dude. I'm not lying. I don't know why. I would charge him now with this.
Despite Chris's insistence that the casing would either be found on Flomich or the parking lot, police are unable to locate it. But as challenging as this strange case has been for each one of them, the lasting impression left on the officers that night will likely be the victim's extraordinary resilience.
You got all the blood right there, and it trails down. You can see where he kind of laid and rolled. And then he got up. He walked with one shoe all the way to Marina Grande. With a, did they tell you where he got shot through?
Yeah.
Right nostril came out back here. Walked 2 miles. I guess he's drunk as though, so I don't hope.
Yeah, that's... Huh. So he was maybe...
So he was going this way.
Yeah.
I think he was going home after fishing.
Huh. All right.
After a brief hospitalization, Ernest recovered enough to meet with police at the station 6 days later. At that time, he admitted to yelling at his girlfriend from the street on the night of the incident. He alleged that when he rode his bike past the house a second time, Chris Hastings emerged from the shadows and shot him in the face. As of today,
That nigga was waiting on him to spin. He was waiting on him to spin the bin again. He like, yeah, he know his bitch here with me. Yeah, he finna spin this bin again. And when he do, I'm gonna pop out and hit his ass. That's crazy.
Ernie has made a complete recovery following the incident. He's grateful for what he has and spends more time with his children. Christopher Hastings was charged with attempted second-degree murder, aggravated battery, tampering with evidence, and other unspecified crimes, and is being held at the Volusia County Branch Jail on no bond. Hastings...
Man, that shit crazy. The fact that he trying to plead not guilty. Nigga, you already told him yourself, man. But look, man. Y'all know what the fuck going on, man. Make sure y'all tap in with this EWU channel, Explore This channel, man. He got some great videos on that bitch. All crime shit. These bitches like that. You hear me? This just a little, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, yeah, but he got some shit on there. But I mean, what would y'all have did if y'all spent the block coming from the bar and you see your girl's house at a crib and you know she fucking with a nigga? you would have pulled up. I'd at least went to the crib and got my stick first, though. I ain't just gonna pull up. This nigga might have anything in that bitch. You hear me? Hell no. Fuck that. Matter of fact, he should have just kept it moving for real. Fuck that bitch. You hear me? You know your bitch in there. You know he in there cracking her. And you gonna spin the block multiple times after you done already yelled at her the first time? Now he know you in the vicinity and he know you finna spin the block again? Man, fuck no. Nigga, that's a dead mission. That's a dummy move. Nah, he was a dumbass for spinning that block again. He would have never got shot if he'd have just took his ass home. And Chris a dumbass for denying that shit. He should have just played it. Yeah, I shot him. He came to my residence making threats. I felt threatened. State of Florida, you feel threatened, you can bust a nigga. I stood my own ground. I felt threatened. I whacked him. You good. It's not overkill. He only shot him one time. That's the get up off me. You know what I'm saying? That one wow, that's the get up off me joke. Now if he'd have emptied the clip on him, then it's overkill. Then he fucked up. But since he only shot once, he'd have been good. He fucked himself. Chris fucked himself. He should have played it smarter. Knowing you in Florida too, you gotta play that smarter. Slim. You gotta know your laws, man. Especially in a state with a law like that self-defense, stand your ground law, man. I'm telling you, he would have got all smooth and clear with the headshot. You hear me? Even if he would have killed him, he still could have got off. But he only fired once. And he came to my house. You hear me? That shit crazy though, man. But make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, man. Drop a comment, man. What would y'all have did if y'all rolled by and see y'all girl's car at a nigga crib? What would y'all would have kept it moving, or y'all would have pulled up like Cuz did and got headshotted? Cause you got to think, you pulling up at their residence, bro. You don't know what this nigga got in the house. In Florida, you got the right to bear arms. Everybody got sticks. You gotta know they got a stick in there. Me, I'd have kept it moving. Get the fuck out of Dodge. Holla, I'm out of here. You hear me? But look, man, hit that like, comment, subscribe, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Make sure y'all share this bitch. Leave, drop a comment, man. We gonna have more reactions coming for y'all. Everything. You know what I'm saying? Love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. We up out of here, man. Big Google. You hear me? The biggest, man. Love y'all.